In analyzing the compilation of PLI program, the term machine-independent optimization is associated with a. Recognition of basic syntactic constructs through reductions. B. Recognition of basic elements and creation of uniform symbols. C. Creation of more optional matrix. D. Use of macroprocessor to produce more optimal assembly code. The correct answer is creation of more optional matrix. An instruction in a programming language that is replaced by a sequence of instructions prior to assembly or compiling is known as a. Procedure name. B. Macro. C. Label. D. Literal. The correct answer is macro. A program. A is a device that performs a sequence of operations specified by instructions in memory. B is the device where information is stored. C is a sequence of instructions. D is typically characterized by interactive processing and time of the CPU's time to allow quick response to each user. The correct answer is a sequence of instructions. A self-relocating program is one which A cannot be made to execute in any area of storage other than the one designated for it at the time of its coding or translation. B consists of a program and relevant information for its relocation. C can itself performs the relocation of its address-sensitive portions. D all of the above. The correct answer is can itself performs the relocation of its address-sensitive portions. Banker's algorithm for resource allocation deals with A. Deadlock prevention. B. Deadlock avoidance. C. Deadlock recovery. D. Mutual exclusion. The correct answer is deadlock avoidance. A sequence of instructions in a computer language to get the desired result is known as A. Algorithm. B. Decision table. C. Program. D. All of the above. The correct answer is program. Which of the following is true for testing and debugging? A. Testing checks for logical errors in the programs, while debugging is a process of correcting those errors in the program. B. Testing detects the syntax errors in the program while debugging corrects those errors in the program. C. Testing and debugging indicate the same thing. D. All of the above. The correct answer is testing checks for logical errors in the programs while debugging is a process of correcting those errors in the program. Information in a memory that is no longer valid or wanted is known as A. Non-volatile. B. Volatile. C. Surplus. D. Garbage. The correct answer is garbage. Which of the following file name extensions suggests that the file is a backup copy of another file? A. txt. B. cum. C. bus. D. buck. The correct answer is buck. Relocation bits used by relocating loader are specified generated by A. Relocating loader itself. B. Linker. C. Assembler or translator. D. Macroprocessor. The correct answer is linker. Which of the following statements is false? A. A process scheduling algorithm is preemptive if the CPU can be forcibly removed from a process. B. Time-sharing systems generally use preemptive CPU scheduling. C. Response time are more predictable in preemptive systems than in non-preemptive systems. D. Real-time systems generally use non-preemptive CPU scheduling. The correct answer is real-time systems generally use non-preemptive CPU scheduling. Non-modifiable procedures are called A. Serially usable procedures. B. Concurrent procedures. C. Reentrant procedures. D. Top-down procedures. The correct answer is reentrant procedures. The instruction register. A is a hardware memory device which denotes the location of the current instruction being executed. B is a group of electrical circuits hardware that performs the intent of instructions fetched from memory. C contains the address of the memory location that is to be read from or stored into. D contains a copy of the designated memory location specified by the MAR after a read or the new contents of the memory prior to a write. The correct answer is a group of electrical circuits hardware that performs the intent of instructions fetched from memory. Which of the following scheduling objectives should be applied to the following? The system should admit jobs to create a mix that will keep most devices busy. A. To be fair. B. To balance resource utilization. C. To obey priorities. D. To be predictable. The correct answer is to balance resource utilization. Multiprogramming systems. A. Are easier to develop than single programming system. B. Execute each job faster. C. Execute more jobs in the same time period. D. Are used only on large mainframe computers. The correct answer is execute more jobs in the same time period. Backups should be done. A. Daily for most installations. B. Weekly for most installations. C. As several image copies followed by an incremental. D. As several incrementals followed by an image copy. The correct answer is as several incrementals followed by an image copy. In an absolute loading scheme, which loader function is accomplished by assembler? A. Reallocation. B. Allocation. C. Linking. D. Loading. The correct answer is reallocation. The command interpreter. A. Is usually the primary user interface. B. Requires fixed format commands. C. Is menu drive. D. Is quite different from the SCL interpreter. The correct answer is usually the primary user interface. A task in a blocked state. A. Is executable. B. Is running. C. Must still be placed in the run queues. D. Is waiting for same temporarily unavailable resources. The correct answer is waiting for same temporarily unavailable resources. System maintenance. A. Is usually not necessary. B. Is necessary on all systems regardless of how good. C. Is not required if the system is well written. D. Always requires several programs. The correct answer is necessary on all systems regardless of how good. Which of the following statements is not true about the FORTRAN language? A. FORTRAN is a high-level language. B. A FORTRAN program written for the IBM PC is totally different from a FORTRAN program written for execution on the Sun machine. C. FORTRAN is extensively used to write programs for performing scientific computations. D. All of the above. The correct answer is a FORTRAN program written for the IBM PC is totally different from a FORTRAN program written for execution on the Sun machine. A linker. A. Creates a load module. B. Is not necessary with variable partitions. C. Must be run after the loader. D. Is not needed with a good compiler. The correct answer is creates a load module. Uniform symbols table. A. Contains all constants in the program. B. A permanent table of decision rules in the form of patterns for matching with the uniform symbol table to discover syntactic structure. C. Consists of a full or partial list of the tokens as they appear in the program, created by lexical analysis and used for syntax analysis and interpretation. D. A permanent table which lists all keywords and special symbols of the language in symbolic form. The correct answer is consists of a full or partial list of the tokens as they appear in the program, created by lexical analysis and used for syntax analysis and interpretation. In which of the storage placement strategies a program is placed in the smallest available hole in the main memory? A. Best fit. B. First fit. C. Worst fit. D. Buddy. The correct answer is best fit. In which addressing mode the effective address of the operand is generated by adding a constant value to the contents of register? A. Absolute mode. B. Indirect mode. C. Immediate mode. D. Index mode. The correct answer is index mode. The higher versions of the operating systems are so written that programs designed for earlier versions can still be run. What is it called? A. Upgradability. B. Upward mobility. C. Universality. D. Upward compatibility. The correct answer is upward compatibility. If special forms are needed for printing the output, the programmer specifies these forms through A. JCL. B. JPL. C. Utility programs. D. Load modules. The correct answer is JCL. Which policy replace a page if it is not in the favored subset of a process pages? A. FIFO. B. LRU. C. LFU. D. Working set. The correct answer is working set. Which of the following can be accessed by transfer vector approach of linking? A. External data segments. B. External subroutines. C. Data located in other procedures. D. All of the above. The correct answer is external subroutines. Which of the following terms refers to the degree to which data in a database system are accurate and correct? A. Data security. B. Data validity. C. Data independence. D. Data integrity. The correct answer is data integrity. In analyzing the compilation of PLI program, the term syntax analysis is associated with A. Recognition of basic syntactic constructs through reductions. B. Recognition of basic elements and creation of uniform symbols. C. Creation of more optional matrix. D. Use of macroprocessor to produce more optimal assembly code. The correct answer is recognition of basic syntactic constructs through reductions. A hardware device that is capable of executing a sequence of instructions is known as A. CPU. B. ALU. C. CU. D. Processor. The correct answer is processor. Which of following are the advantages of modular programming? A. The program is much easier to change. B. Modules can be reused in other programs. C. Easy debugging. D. Easy to compile. The correct answer is the program is much easier to change. The functions performed by the paging software are A. Implementation of the access environment for all programs in the system. B. Management of the physical address space. C. Sharing and protection. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. A compiler for a high-level language that runs on one machine and produces code for a different machine is called A. Optimizing compiler. B. One-pass compiler. C. Cross-compiler. D. Multipass compiler. The correct answer is cross-compiler. A critical region is A. Program segment that has not been proved bug-free. B. A program segment that often causes unexpected system crashes. C. A program segment where shared resources are accessed. D. One which is enclosed by a pair of P and V operations on semaphores. The correct answer is one which is enclosed by a pair of P and V operations on semaphores. Assembler language. A. Is usually the primary user interface. B. Requires fixed format commands. C is a mnemonic form of machine language. D is quite different from the SQL interpreter. The correct answer is a mnemonic form of machine language. The primary job of the operating system of a computer is to A. Command resources. B. Manage resources. C. Provide utilities. D. Be user-friendly. The correct answer is manage resources. Which of the following is a measure to test how good or bad a modular design is? A. Module strength. B. Module coupling. C. Static analysis. D. All of the above. The correct answer is module strength. The operating system manages A. Memory. B. Processor. C. Disks and I/O devices. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The primary purpose of an operating system is to A. Make computer easier to use. B. Keep system programmers employed. C. Make the most efficient use of the hardware. D. Allow people to sue the computers. The correct answer is make computer easier to use. The principles of structured programming forbid the use of A. While do. B. Go to. C. If then else. D. Do while. The correct answer is go to. Which of the following capabilities is required for a system program to execute more than one program at a time? A. Word processing. B. Compiling. C. Virtual memory. D. Multitasking. The correct answer is multitasking.